We back. Weekly Sports Talk with Ed, episode 33. I have a few guests coming on. It's gonna be lit. Got the Falcons beanie on. I'm gonna talk about some foot. Gonna be a heavy football and basketball episode today. Did a lot of wrestling yesterday. Trying to make sure my guests come on. The heavy football basketball episode. Gonna we're gonna start with athletes of the week. That's how I'm gonna start it off. Uh, since I usually end with that, but last week I ain't get everybody didn't get to get a athletes of the week. Well, two of us did, but I can start with it this week. Trying to make sure I'm getting everything done. Definitely gonna have some. I'm gonna start posting some New Japan Pro Wrestling content for anybody that's interested in that. And it come on early in the, it be on early in the morning and stuff. I just catch the replays of it. I don't watch it live. I gotta see it the next day or a few days after, to be honest. But it do be some good matches in New Japan Pro. They put on some good matches. They've been telling some good stories. All right, 1 second, y'all. Let me copy. All right. I just sent it. Yeah, but athletes of the week. Let me get started as I'm waiting on my guest. For New Japan Pro, I start with TNA. Eric Young. I think the match that him and Josh Alexander had, it was a really good match. I wish Josh would have got the win, but it's looking like he's headed to AEW. But it was a good match, so I gave it to Eric Young for the performance he put on in the main event of the show. New Japan Pro, Hikaru his 17-year quest to become the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion finally ended as he actually beat Zack Sabre Jr. We had the world title for over 170 days. It was a fun match. That's how they ended the new beginning in Osaka. That whole series was actually kind of fun. The Young Bucks had a fun tag team match. They ended up losing. What's good?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm all right.
That's good. Gordy should be coming on. He already told me he was going to be late. I
All
don't know
right.
where Brandon at.
His
California.
own thing.
You said what?
Brandon be doing his own thing.
Yeah. And it's 10. It's 10 in California right now.
Yeah.
Did you watch
I've never
the?
been on. I've never been on StreamYard before.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. You don't have. They have other plans you can pay for to get more hours, but they give you a decent amount of hours each month.
Nice.
Did you watch All Star Night? Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that certain people got to be banned from the dunk contest.
I think the dunk contest is ruined.
Uh, I mean, Mac McClung keeping it alive, but he still can't get a contract for some reason.
For sure.
What did you
He
say?
was on Philly. I said he was on Philly the first time.
Yeah, he's been with Philly and Orlando. Still don't, but he's still been on a two-way contract. I don't know why, but and I don't think he's a bad player. I think he can be decent. I mean, Pat Spencer has a job, so why can't Mac McClung get one?
That whole our entire bench is we randoms, man. Put me on the floor.
It is a bunch of randoms. It's Pat Spencer, Quinn Post, and who's the other guy?
The other guy, I don't know his name.
It was another random guy that y'all had, like three randoms.
Something Low, Justin Lowe or whatever.
Oh, Jackson Rowe.
Jackson, yeah, him
Yeah,
guarding LeBron James. What is that?
I don't know how they got him to the team. And Quentin Post got to be one of the worst defenders I've ever seen play basketball. That man is terrible at defense.
Well, we can say he didn't make the team because of his defense.
Trey Jackson Davis is in the All-Star game, so
Huh?
the team Candace Parker won the Rising Stars Challenge, so they got into the All-Star game as the last team.
Oh,
That team might be.
That team's gonna get whooped.
But think about it. The rookie and sophomore team got the freshest legs out of all four teams, and they'll probably take it serious. I don't see LeBron and Steph taking the All-Star game serious, even in a 14 format.
That depends. Shaq is their coach.
I mean, Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith are the other coaches. I still don't think anybody taking that serious.
Why does Kenny have such a short team?
Because he only wanted young guys. He didn't take any other good players. Like, they're all good players, but he picked the worst good players anyone could have picked. His first pick was Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, he had a chance to pick Kevin Durant.
Could have had Steph, Kevin Durant, Giannis, Wemby, Jokic.
I think last night he said they had like a weird agreement. It was like a three-way agreement where he said he would pick all of the what's left and what do you call it? And like most guards, and Shaq wanted the older guys, and Charles wanted the international players.
Then Giannis got replaced by Trae Young. So much for that team.
He went from a 6'11" athletic freak on both ends to Trae Young.
Yep. But he still got his international guys. So
Yeah, but like, I mean, can you imagine a lineup of Jokic, Giannis, Wemby, SGA, and he probably would have had Luca if Luca was healthy.
yeah, Cam Reddish shares footage of him cooking 1v1 against D'Lo, Max Christie, Gabe Vincent, and more.
I saw it. I saw that.
I'm I'm telling y'all, Cam Reddish makes a difference. Cam Reddish definitely makes a difference. Because we had him in that Jazz game, we wouldn't have lost that second one.
He doesn't.
You said what?
Hold on. Cause I had earbuds in, and then they just like, I don't know what happened. Okay, we're good.
All right.
We're back.
I seen so CP3 and Wemby got disqualified from the skills contest.
Yeah.
That was I seen that. Why can't you just throw the ball?
I think the rules state that you have to have a shot hit the rim.
Oh,
And,
well, that sucks.
they were gonna win too.
They would have had the time. That was kind of creative, but they got disqualified. So,
Yeah.
and that's why nobody was. That's why people don't
Sure.
like All Star Weekend.
Right. I thought I thought they would have won anyway though.
Yeah, they could have won on, but then Draymond stole it in the finals. So
That's not the first time.
yep, and it was against the Cavaliers, kind of fitting.
Again, not the first time. Ooh. Ugh. Is is Braden awake?
He just woke up.
Oh, never mind then.
He just told me he just woke up. So, but he should be on the way.
Okay.
Are those police sirens in the background?
Yes.
Oh, that's okay.
Damn, catch him already.
It finally stopped raining. It was raining all day yesterday.
Yeah, it was raining so hard. It was raining so hard earlier.
Agent
What's up,
Vinci
man?
What's up?
was good. I just got up. My bad, man.
You straight. We ain't even talking about nothing for real. We was just talking about All Star Weekend.
I'll be honest, man. I don't even know why they do the dunk contest anymore. It's just basically Mac McClung show.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, John Morant lying. He not doing the dunk contest.
I know he always be lying. Remember that man said he was gonna retire from dunking, and then he just started
He need
dunking.
to,
Look, I
Didn't he
don't
do
trust
like
these.
a spinning double pump dunk against the Celtics like the day after he said that?
Yeah, and then he did like some crazy ass dunk on Wemby too. I think the same week.
Yeah,
Fuck. And then I was pissed, man. I thought Buddy Hield was gonna win the 3-point contest for the Warriors. I was like, damn it, we had Curry and Clay. Let's get a third one.
he just needed one more. That's
He took too long.
yeah.
Took too damn
I don't
long. He missed too many shots early too.
know. We got to ban Cam Johnson from ever being in a 3-point contest again. No
Man,
Brooklyn Nets should be allowed in the 3-point contest.
bro, that's one of them examples of who the fuck is this nigga? How did he get here? Nah, it's like when Wiggins got the All Star, he got his All Star appearance. He's like, wait, how he get here? I was like, hold on, something ain't right.
But we can get into the Gordy will be coming later, but we can get into the main stuff now. Let's talk about some of the teams in the play-in. We'll start with the East. Talking about teams in the play-in that can make a late in-season push. I definitely Orlando. They 7th right now. I definitely think they're one of those teams that can make a push with everybody healthy. Well, aside from Jalen Suggs, but I don't know his timeline. But once he come back, I think they'll be straight, and they're gonna be competing with the Pistons to try to get that 6th spot.
Is Wagner done for the year? I
Yeah,
feel like they're okay, but I feel like it's gonna hurt them for like a real deep run.
yeah, I think he's done for the year.
I mean,
One got hurt.
I think defensively, Magic can match up pretty well with just about anyone. I think with the loss of Wagner though, and then we don't even know Suggs' timeline. It's like so up and down. It's like you never know. One night they could be hot, the next they just. So, I definitely think whoever they play in the first round can kind of determine if they can get at least to like top 5, top 4 seed. I think they can at least get second round. I don't know if they can beat Boston or Cleveland per se, but I think they can at least take it to 6 games. But they got to get hot early if they want a chance. Because either way they're going, if they start off slow and get down like a game or two, they might have won 7 because they're gonna have to play catch up.
Yeah, they'll play Boston right now if they stay at 7.
Okay. Because well, as I was saying, the first whatever they end up finishing as, the season end is going to determine what's going to happen for them in the playoffs. I think they at least have enough to get to the second round this year. I gave up on like early season once all the injuries happened. Don't mind me in the background.
Slade, what you thinking about Orlando?
Damn, almost died. So I feel like Orlando's got, like Brandon said, a good defense, but I don't know. They got too many injuries for me to feel like they can get to the top 6. Detroit's, they're a young team. They're playing really well. So
Yeah, I haven't even watched Detroit this much this year, so I can't really speak. I know that their shooting has improved, especially with Beasley. But hey, like I said, that's the after effect of playing for the Lakers. You leave the Lakers, do you know how to play?
Now, but the Pistons finally got real basketball players. They got Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley, and the other dude that shoot the ball. So it's like they got actual basketball players now, and they're winning games. Like,
What was his name? Was it Ivy? Were we talking
yeah,
about? Yeah.
Like they'll be better next year when he's back. But it was like I seen them being a play-in team. I had them like the 9 feet, but I didn't think they'd be 6. But
Yeah.
and they only a game behind in Milwaukee. if they jump Milwaukee and play the Pacers in the first round, I'm taking Detroit in that series. I don't see a I
Detroit.
don't see a scenario where Tyrese Halliburton would outplay Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, but that I don't know, man. The Pacers just so up and down. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
actually
like
surprised them to go like for a trade or something mid-season. We'll try to
but it's
bolster
like
themselves.
I don't even know what to trade with Indiana because it's like you're not gonna get rid of Miles Turner because that goes your interior defense.
Oh,
You
of
can't get rid
course.
of Pascal because that's your best player.
Oh no, they're
You
not.
can't
They
get
wouldn't move them.
but what role players could they remove to improve the team? Because
Um,
who wants Andrew Nimhard?
no, I
Nobody.
figured they move something like on the bench more. So like, what they fuck's his name, Benedict or
I
Jalen
don't think they're trading Benedict Mathurin.
or Jalen Smith. I forgot he's still on the team.
Yeah, Jalen
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah, move him. Sorry, I'd be forgetting who on these teams at the time.
Because some of
Yeah,
these teams just got a bunch of random players. Like we couldn't even get to 5 players when we was talking about the Brooklyn Nets. Like who was Jalen Wilson?
Oh,
listen,
he went to Kansas.
look,
See, I
if we had five
they
before Ben Simmons got traded or he got released.
Yeah.
got rid of. I mean, they got rid of Ben Simmons, Shake Milton, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Other than that,
Yeah.
who was really on their roster? Cam
Tyson
Thomas is
Chandler.
their best player.
Wait,
Yeah, I did say Tyson
wait,
Chandler.
DFS was a Pacer this year?
Now he was on the Nets.
I'm finna say, I thought we were talking about the Pacers. But yeah.
No, but speaking of the Pacers, yeah, if they match up, and they would play the Bucks right now. If the Bucks
I
are
think
healthy, they win that series.
I'm taking
I
the
don't
Bucks.
think the Pacers getting out the first round.
I
I'll
think
give me Milwaukee for sure.
yeah. I mean, Milwaukee's such a weird team. It's like they might have the potential to make a run, but it's just like you already know that they're not. It's just one of
They
those
can
you never
always.
know. I
I mean,
mean, unless
as long as they got Giannis, they always in contention. But the problem
yeah,
is your defense still isn't that great. Like you got Damian Lillard and Gary Trent playing defense.
yeah, and then I mean, Kuz is fine, but I mean, he gets real streaky as a shooter too. So I mean, even if Giannis and Dame are carrying, dropping 30 plus together as a duo, I don't think them alone is going to be enough. It kind of sucked that they moved Middleton, but they kind of had to because he was getting old. He's injured. He's been really injury prone for like the last 2-3 years.
But that's the good thing about Kuzma. You don't have to like Kuzma. He don't got like a crazy injury history, and he had like 19 points and 13 rebounds in that game against the Timberwolves that the Bucks won without Giannis or Dame. The Timberwolves are utter. We'll talk about the Timberwolves later. But
Oh my!
it's 3 other teams in the East in the play-in in the East. You had the Hawks, the Heat, and the Bulls. Are any of these teams doing anything at the All-Star break?
The only one that actually could make a little push is probably Miami. When you look at how their roster is built, 'cause you said what? You said the Hawks, Miami, and the Bulls.
Yeah,
Bulls have no defense whatsoever. Book is doing Book, but I mean they still get cooked. And there's a lack of shooting is very adamant there. Kobe White's great. What's that one rookie name? Whose name I can't pronounce? Matabus or something.
Modest Buzelis.
Yeah, he's cool, but I just don't think they have enough shooting or any defense really to contend. Like they're like the Kings, literally just with less stars. They got offense, and they scraping by with them wins. Motherfuckers
They're
being,
the opposite.
being
They're the
five
Kings.
overtime games. Talk about we're 5-0 in overtime games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why have they been in 5 overtime games? What the?
Oh no,
Because
I
they're
don't
the
know if they've been in
Wolves.
five. That's just an example. I know they've probably been in a ton of them. 'Cause I know the Kings have.
Wait, I can't find the record. Hold on. Wait, that's.
'Cause
Now,
they
but
have like
Slade, what you
some.
think? Slade, what you think about those teams I just said? Do you think any of them can do anything?
Miami got the best shot. They have the most experience. The way that they're built, they got the most playoff experience. They've been to the finals a couple of times. They got 2 Alls. Stars. So
Yeah,
Like, they got 3 All Stars now.
I mean, Harrell's having one of his best years, so too.
yeah,
I mean,
and
the Heat got.
I mean,
I don't believe in the Bulls at all. They just. You ever seen that Spider-Man meme where it's like they both point at each other? It's
yeah.
that's the Bulls and the Hawks just vying for the 9 seed every year.
I mean, I would say maybe the Hawks, but losing Jalen Johnson is such a huge blow. And I mean, I think Trey can only carry so well. And I'm actually, oh, this is kind of off topic. I'm surprised they didn't move Capella either. He been Trey Williams like the last 2-3 years too.
I don't know what the Hawks plan is. Like, they made some bad moves at the deadline. They didn't really do anything. Like, I don't know why you holding on to Trey Young at this point, because it's only so far you're gonna get. Like, it's Trey Young and Jalen Johnson. Who's your third option on that team?
Yeah, I mean, there's the rookie they
Tyson
got,
Chandler.
but he's still a work in progress.
I mean, but Zachary Richardson as a project, like, that's the definition of a project. Taking him at number 1,
Yeah,
and it wasn't like anybody that you could have determined that really anybody could have went 1 last year in this past draft, because it wasn't. It's better than what people think it is, but Richardson was definitely a project pick for the
it
Hawks.
just wasn't the most like exciting draft for some people.
I think if he did a redraft, Stephon Cass would probably go first.
I heard he ended
Or
up going.
Jared.
He ended up going top 5, didn't he?
Yeah, the Spurs had the 4th pick, I think. So he went.
Yeah,
He still went high, but I think in a redraft, him and Jerry McCain definitely would have been the top 2.
yeah. I mean, I think didn't McCain go like later into the draft?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Sixers just lucked out and ended up getting him. I think so many people focus on his TikTok shit that they forget how skilled he is. People worried about another man painting his nails and doing other shit.
and that's
I'm like, dude, literally hoop. He got a girl and he just had fun. Yeah, we're like, yeah, he gay. Like, who cares?
And the Sixers got such a steal in the draft getting Jared McCain, and their team still suck. How are you worse than the Chicago Bulls in 2025? How do you have the same record as the Brooklyn Nets, who have Jalen Wilson on their roster?
That's true.
This is the biggest disappointment in the league.
The 76ers have lost 5. Actually, this is crazy. The Hawks have lost. Listen to this. The Hawks have lost 4 straight. The Bulls have lost 4 straight. The Sixers have lost 5 straight, and the Nets have won 3 straight. How are the Nets on a winning streak?
Because they were playing those teams.
Yeah.
I don't know who they played. They did play 76.
I'm just saying, when somebody flex 5-0, and I look at the competition, I'm like, that makes sense where you're 5-0. Now, some impressive wins in there, I was like, okay.
But yeah, the Brooklyn Nets have won 3 games in a row, and they held Paul George to 2 points. Paul George can't put up more points than Castanet.
I'm sorry, man. The Sixers need to just blow it up. Blow it up. Build around Maxey. Move Embiid for whatever you can get. Move Paul George for something. It's crazy. Paul George should have just been a Warrior. That would have been decent. Either that or we should have got Larry Markin in, but Jazz started being crazy. Talking about they want 4 to 5 first. Like, fuck out of here.
Then when you look at what Rudy Gobert went for, I can see why they would want that.
Yes and no. I don't know. I mean, Jazz and Timberwolves, I mean, when you think about it, whoever be like, yeah, I got somebody that want to go there. I can get someone over there. So that makes sense for them, though. But then again, too, I guess Bridges went for like, what, 5 first? 4 or 5 first? And then I remember Memphis was going to move Dylan Brooks, but no, they're going to move Dylan Brooks for OG, but Toronto won like 4 to 5 first, too. Some of the trade packages be crazy.
Yeah. It's a realistic world where the Brooklyn Nets end up making the play-in as a 10th seed. Because if the Sixers keep being terrible and the Bulls just continue doing what they doing, the Brooklyn Nets could sneak into the play-in, and it has shocked people because they're over under for wins was 19 and a half. They're already at 20, and it's not like this team is good. And even though you got rid of Ben Simmons who did nothing, he was putting up 7, 6, and 6. He wasn't doing nothing for you. You still have D'Lo and Cam Thomas who are just gonna shoot the ball. They chucking shots all day, and
And
it's going in.
Cam's still out too.
I thought he came back.
Who?
Cam Thomas, ain't he still out?
I thought
Oh,
he
I don't
came
know.
back, but I could be wrong.
Because I have him on one of my fantasy teams. He's been out for like a while. Maybe he just came back limited, but I'm not sure.
Let me check.
Yeah. Half the time I don't watch half these games because my rule with basketball games is if it turns into like a crazy blowout, I kind of lose interest in it. I want something like close and competitive.
Oh, the 76ers lost to the Brooklyn Nets with no Cam Thomas. Oh yeah, that is diabolical work. You let Trendon Watford put up 18.
I don't know who that is.
Kelly Oubre had 30 points in this game.
Bro, I'm bad. Kelly Oubre just I forgot he was a Sixer.
The 76ers are so bad.
Like I said, blow it up and move all them pieces and build around Maxey.
Are they the most disappointing team in the league, knowing they have 4 all-star caliber players on their roster?
Oh, no.
They got 20 wins.
Oh, the most disappointing team in the league is the team with the worst medical staff I've ever seen, New Orleans. How is everybody injured?
I thought they were going to be good.
No, you had 90% of your payroll out at one time. Even your rookie center was out.
Yeah,
the big dude from Baylor.
What's his name? Yevis something? I forgot to pronounce his name.
It's Ease Messi.
Yeah. Man,
so
he's pretty good.
Yeah, and he's good too. The Pelicans are 13 and 42. They're on a 1-game winning streak. That they were just at 12 wins before that. So this team, they had Brandon Ingram, who he's in Toronto now, which somebody called that the first super play-in team. That is hilarious. But you still have Zion, Trey Murphy, Jose Alvarado, who I forget that he's in the league sometimes.
Yeah, he's still a good defensive guard. He's just not the best scorer, but he's solid.
Yeah. And there's definitely a few people I'm forgetting because this team is actually pretty talented. But you're worse than the Utah Jazz.
Let me see.
The Portland Trail Blazers have 10 more wins than the Pelicans do this year.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Zion thought the season started after Christmas.
They should have moved Zion last year. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think they can because I don't think nobody wants to take that chance on him.
They do, but they're probably not going to give him what New Orleans thinks his value is.
Yeah,
because
I think if they lower the price a little bit, Zion is gone.
Yeah,
that's what the Heat had to do to get Jimmy Butler out of there. They said they lowered the price, but that was still a lot to give up for Jimmy Butler.
Well, yeah, that's because they were just trying to get him.
Oh shit, you're right. They do have 3 All-Stars. They have Wiggins.
Yeah, they have 3 All-Stars now. You got Wiggins, Tyler Hero, and Bam.
Why is Miami's going to the 6th spot? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
then they still got Terry Rozier too. He nice.
The Portland Trail Blazers have as many wins as the Spurs do this season.
Terry Rozier suspended.
You said what?
I'm pretty sure Terry Rozier suspended.
What did he do?
For gambling on his own games.
Oh yeah, that rumor. I forgot about that.
Wait, the Suns are out to play in right now?
Yeah, they're in like 10th place, 11th place.
Because this kid,
they're going to be a team next year to beat.
No, because this kid in my bus stop, he came up to me. He was like, I'm so mad we didn't get Jimmy Butler. I was like, why would you want Jimmy Butler? You would have had to give up Kevin Durant. Nigga gonna tell me that Jimmy Butler is better than Kevin Durant. I almost lost it. Bro, it's too early for you to be saying this to me.
First off, they wouldn't give up KD. It probably would have been Beal or somebody else.
Like, why would they give up Kevin Durant to get Jimmy Butler of all people? That makes your team worse.
Exactly. Worse spacing, a big drop in scoring.
They're just gonna have to
ball movement and facilitating.
You just got to get
That's
rid of everybody and keep Booker. Everybody else can go.
I'm
yep.
sorry, the Suns were such a failed attempt to be a quote unquote super team that they might as well just blow it up.
And then Bo, you could send him to Shanghai at this point because he had like one good game every 6 months.
Yeah, and every time he do, Shaq be dick riding and talking about this is what he win B2. I'm like, no, he's just no, no.
So even though the Spurs got Aaron Fox, nothing has changed realistically. Like
I mean,
I don't,
I don't expect them to change from this year. Next year, I do.
Yeah.
no, but I think people expect that. I think it's a good trade, but it's like, why is he starting with CP3? Wouldn't you bring CP? I would have brought CP3 off the bench because I don't think him and Fox should be starting together.
Yeah, because CP3 basically runs the offense, and Fox is more of just a score first, aggressive type of guard.
I think that's where they messed up at because now, and I don't even know what they closing lineup look like, but you can't. I don't think you can have Fox and CP3 on the floor in the closing lineup. That's
Man,
probably where you bring in with Sales or Castle.
we about to see the end of CP3 soon.
Yeah.
I wonder where his rainbow color jersey and rainbow gonna lead him to next.
He's gonna be on the Knicks.
Hey, possibly. That's funny to think. That man, somewhere in the world right now, someone owns a jersey for CP3 for every team he's been on.
I
But
bet
it's,
there is somebody like that.
There is somebody out there like that. I believe it. Just like
oh,
there's a Dennis Schroeder fan like that somewhere.
Hey Ed, what's up?
what's good, Gordy?
Not a whole lot. You?
Yep. We're just talking about some of the teams that's outside the play-in looking in who can make a push. Now,
Oh,
in
yeah?
the West, you got the Suns, Spurs, and actually, forget the Trailblazers. But you got the Suns and Spurs, who they're both outside the play-in. Do y'all think either one of them can actually go on a run late season to get to the play-in?
I think-
Suns, KD is carrying them a ton. I think they just barely get it.
I think-
Spurs, I think they're still trying to figure things out with Fox in the lineup. So I think they miss it, but not by too much.
I think the Spurs could definitely make a run, but they're maybe either a first or second round exit, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think the Spurs they could definitely make a run to get to the play-in, and even if they do get, then the other teams that's in the play-in, I don't know if they could beat them because then you got to jump the Suns, then you got to worry about the Warriors, the Kings don't scare me at all. That's the team I'm least concerned about in the play-in matchup.
Well, yeah, they don't have no
Still got
defense.
Dallas is healthy, and Minnesota who is somehow in the play-in. I think the Spurs can do it, but they'll be close. Like they might be the 11th seed by the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this as a Warriors fan. I don't see enough for us to do anything. So us losing in the play-in or missing the play-in would not surprise me. Well, because the West is so up and so close, consistent too. Everyone has a chance, no matter the talent on their roster. Because when you get, I think after like the first 4 or 5 seeds, it gets really close in terms of how many games out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the West's been like that like the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Wade, what you thinking about the Spurs or the Suns?
The Spurs, I think, actually have a better chance than Phoenix does, just because of the spot that they're in. You know,
I agree.
They're younger, so I feel like they have fresher legs down the stretch. And the Suns, they just have a bunch of scorers. You know, they don't really have a defensive presence. They literally have 5 scorers on the court.
They're just a bunch of playmakers, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you mentioned Minnesota. I know we'll talk. I want to talk a little bit more about them later, but they're at the top of that. Dallas is a weird team. They got so many injuries. Are they going to be able to rebound?
I mean,
they don't
AD's
have no
out
wing.
indefinitely.
Yeah, so is Gafford and so is Lively.
Yeah, I mean, I think in Dallas we'll get to see Maxey grow more as a player. Kyrie's gonna have a bigger workload, but I don't I think the loss of what you said it was Gafford and who else?
Lively.
Lively.
I think those losses are going to be too huge for them to overcome,
Yeah,
depending on
that's
the timeline.
yeah. If any team in the West drops out of the plane, it would be them, just because they don't
Yeah,
have enough size to combat the scoring of like Kyrie and Max Christie on the perimeter.
At this, essentially, what Dallas is relying on, they just got to outscore their opponents every night. I mean, Max Christie is a good perimeter defender, but he's not going to be enough to hold a defense down. He's a solid defender, but he can't like be the leader of a defense. So it's definitely going to be tough. I don't even know who was starting at center. Don't ask me that question because I have no clue. You might as well put me a center out there.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the Kings because I don't get what they. I love Malik Monk, but that brother cannot play point guard. I've seen a few games with him starting a point guard. I'm telling you, we could all be a better point guard than Malik Monk. He's not looking to pass the ball. He's not looking to play make. Malik Monk, he just gets the ball and goes. That's why you had him coming off the bench. But then you had the whole situation where you fire Mike Brown because of De'Aaron Fox. Then you get rid of De'Aaron Fox because he want to leave and he not cool with the bonus apparently. So that whole King situation is weird and it's just a bunch of scoring. Your best defender comes off the bench. Like Keon Ellis should realistically be starting and you should bring Monk off the bench. Not because he's a better defender than Malik Monk. And you don't have no defense in your starting lineup.
Ed, if I'm being honest, bro, I can't be better point guard than Malik Monk. I used to be able to dribble for shit, but now I can't.
I can be Kyle Lowry. But wait, no, I remember Fox. I mean, he wanted it out because even in the offseason, he wanted to wait to get his contract based on how they were moving and what direction they're moving in. I think the whole Mike Brown thing, they just wanted a scapegoat, even though they don't know what they're doing in general with their roster. Because I'm sorry, DeMar DeRozan, nice pickup, but it's not a league-altering and roster-altering change.
I don't like this. I don't like this team. I hate the way it's constructed.
DeMar DeRozan can't get away from Zach LaVine. He went to Sacramento to get away from him, and they traded him to Sacramento.
I was actually shocked Levine was going to be – I thought Levine was going to end up on the Warriors, I'm going to be honest. I was like, here we go again, taking on another crazy contract.
DeMar been my favorite player for so long because I'm from Canada, so he has a special place in my heart.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about Toronto Raptor players. I just always liked them. Like Laurie, DeMar, Vince, Pascal when he started improving. Hell, even OG.
Yeah.
But nah, I feel so bad for DeMar. They always talk about Toronto winning and that championship, but they don't talk about how DeMar was that nigga for like most of that run. They just had a bad luck every time they get there. Here come LeBron ass.
It was always LeBron, bro.
It's the equivalent of like you go to the club, you're trying to have fun, and there's that one person you don't want to be bothered by, but they always come to the club.
Yeah, that's Ed.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
And it's like, bro, come on. I just got here. This is supposed to be my year, my night.
Yeah.
But we can talk about Minnesota now because that move to get Julius Randle might be the dumbest thing in NBA history, and I'm not even joking. Because you move on.
I'm surprised they didn't move him. I thought it was gonna be like a 3-team trade where they get Randle and Dante and then move Randle for something else.
All right.
They should have did that, and it's like the move was so dumb because you had a team that went to the conference finals with Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, and you gave us some time. They were together 2 or 3 years, or maybe it was just 2. But you should have kept both of them and ran it back. It was no need to.
It was about 3 years because it was like right around when I got Ant, I think.
Yeah, they didn't. There was no reason to move on from Cat.
I gotta go, guys. Y'all have a good one.
All right, Gertie.
All right.
But yeah, no, I don't understand why they would get Randle. And I'm not saying Randle's a bad player, but he's not a good fit for that team. And the type of play style you want. He is extremely inconsistent. Like I said, all them shooting toward date jokes that we doing. Like, I mean, even in New York, he was fine, but he was extremely overhated. But I get it to a degree because he would have some bad games, and in the playoffs, he would kind of vanish. Like Jalen Brunson did more in his first playoff run as a Knick than Randall did most of his career as a Knick in the playoffs.
And he's so selfish. He's one.
Yeah,
I
he
cannot
is a
watch
basketball.
Julius Randle is on the court because that's the most selfish basketball I've ever seen.
Yeah, honestly, I had high hope for him in New York, but once he went to Minnesota, I was like, that's not gonna work.
But Slade, you said you want to talk. You want to talk about Minnesota.
Yeah, I just wanted to go last because I got a lot to say about the Wolves.
All right, let's go. It's all you.
So really, to be honest, the Randall trade was terrible. It's an awful contract. You know, he's making like $45 million a year. He he he's selfish. Yeah, he doesn't pass. Like his playmaking is like a -4. Like it's so bad. Like he dribbles in a circle, spins around, gets bumped, lowers his shoulder, and throws up a bucket. And then he'll blame Ant for standing in the corner.
Mm,
Like give him the like you, Anthony Edwards is just I see why he's frustrated, because he don't got no help.
mm.
And Chris Finch is a good coach. I like him. Like Minnesota's been to the playoffs. What is this gonna be their fourth year in a row in the playoffs?
Potentially, if they hold on.
Yeah. So like he's definitely a good coach, and he's good for Ant, but I don't know if anything else works out past Gobert really. I think Jaden McDaniels is still their third best player, to be honest.
Mm.
And
Oh my god.
nah, and just one last thing is just I think the Knicks have destroyed that trade. Karl Anthony Towns is playing at an MVP level.
Oh, easily. He had like I think what this week he had like back to back 40-point games.
Yeah,
hmm
Yeah, when they because the Atlanta game went to overtime.
Yeah, that game was crazy.
that
Yeah.
game featured no defense.
Ironic, and two teams and both teams had like two of the best like defenders in the league. But yeah, no, Dyson said nah, I'm taking the night off. OG said that, and I think OG was out, right? He might have been out. So,
I don't even remember.
wait, what happened
Yeah,
with Dante? Has he been ass this year? Or he just been kind of. I know when the season first started, he was like on a slump.
Even mid, and he was injured at one point.
I'm convinced Power of Friendship is the only reason he was ever good.
I just think for the Knicks, he got the green light more, but and the scheme was working out for him. Because I mean,
I mean,
everywhere before
if,
he was still like a solid
go ahead.
player. The Knicks just gave him more of a green light, and he was playing with like Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you look at his basketball career, like at Villanova when he was with Bridges and Brunson and what's the other dude's name is that's in the NBA? Josh Hart.
Josh
Like,
Hart,
yeah,
was it Hart, Mikal
all
Bridges, Brunson, and
all of them. Like when they were all together, they they were good. They won a championship. And then when he came to the Knicks, he started playing like that again. And then as soon as he goes to a different team, he plays like he can't. He don't know how to play basketball.
yeah, that makes sense.
the only playing team we didn't talk about was the Warriors. Y'all are both Warriors fans, so I'll let y'all talk about that. They're sitting
Oh,
at the 10th seed and one game under right now.
don't get me started on the Warriors. I let me try to break that down real quick. So even before the Butler trade, it was essentially the Steph Curry show. If he's not scoring 30 or more, most of the time they're not winning. Before the trade, Wiggins sometimes would step up, and he had like a good stretch of games. I think it was like good 5 or 10 game stretch. He was playing really well. We have no, as usual, every year, no real interior protection. Trace is okay. Looney is Looney and is good for what he does for us, but we lack so much secondary scoring and the starting lineup as well as the bench. Like sometimes Wiggins will go off, but then the rest of them wouldn't do anything. If I'm saying his name right, Padinsky can't shoot for shit most of the night. Moody's up and down, but he's a great defender for us. Fucking fuck.
Draymond.
I mean, Draymond's Draymond for what he's going to give us. He's shooting well this year, but we lack so much defensive presence too off the bench. A lot of times our guys are getting cooked. We can't hold on to leads, especially in the fourth. We've blown like a bunch of games. I think the most recent one I remember is the Utah Jazz one when they were up big and they blew like a 20 to 25 point lead in like the fourth. So yeah, I mean, that's all I've got. I don't know if he has more, but that's just my take on it. But we also still have no cap space or not much to really do anything this year. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Jimmy Curry project going forward.
Yeah,
Expectations suck as usual.
we don't really have a lot of money for next year, and like our three best players are old. Like we got a weird roster. It's really weird. All of our young guys, like super young guys, are like randoms.
Yeah, and I don't think Kuminga is going to take the next step. He's not.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
I think what we saw in the limited time this year is the best you'll get out of him.
He's not going to take the limited step with the Warriors. I think if you get rid of him and send him to Utah to get large, he probably takes the next step there because there's no direction in Utah. It's going to be hard for him. Like the Warriors are still trying to win a championship, but at least that's what they're saying, while also trying to develop young players. They don't really work most of the time. It worked for a team like the Celtics because they had a guy like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum who are both two young superstars. So like they don't always work out.
I think the only rooks I really seen the Warriors develop and turn out well in like the last decade of the Kurt era is like Jordan Poole. He's like the only one that kind of was, for the most part, a completed project or almost complete project. Everybody else kind of developed or left or just left.
I think Moses Moody has been fine. He done turned into one of the best defenders, him being alongside Draymond. And I think the small ball lineup ain't that bad, but it's like it's certain teams you can't do that against. Like if OKC see Draymond and Moses Moody starting, they picking that apart.
Oh hell no. Nah, like I never forget the meme where they had all guards starting. Dante starting. Where they had Dante at the shooting guard and they had him a shooting guard or small forward, Clay a shooting guard.
Wasn't that the Eric Pascal rookie year?
No, that was not last year, the year before.
The year was that the first or second year Clay came back?
That was literally, I think that was the year before or the year else the Draymond Poole shit.
Oh.
Nah, but don't talk Eric Pascal, man. I had so much hope that he was gonna be good, and then shit never happened.
Y'all remember when we were starting Ty Bowman?
Wait, say it again?
Y'all remember when we were starting Ty Bowman at point guard?
Oh my God, that lost year. I'll never forget because I was watching like one of the I think they played like on Christmas and we were playing.
Yeah, and Draymond had like 25.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? I think Draymond missed like a good chunk of that year too.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my bad, I got it here. Because I think at one point they traded D'Lo too and just said fuck it.
But that covers all the play-in teams that we think can make a push. But we can move on to some NFL stuff now because Roger Goodell, he might be smoking that same stuff Nico Harrison was on because he's talking about 18-game seasons and international Super Bowls. Bro, who's trying to see a Super Bowl in Saudi Arabia?
But I think I'm finna go to Munich to go watch the Super Bowl. Look, man, my rule about the Super Bowl is if it ain't in my city or it ain't my team in it, I ain't going.
Because who finna fly out to Saudi Arabia to see a Super Bowl? Because it definitely won't be the women. They don't even like women there.
Got to put up. You got to put a collar on your slave. I mean, woman.
An 18 game season is ridiculous. That means we just won't have preseason then. Because what would be the point?
But we don't. That's the thing. Expanding it makes no sense because they expanded one game this year or one game, and then they cut a preseason game. You expand it more, you can't really cut out the preseason because you need that to develop talent. If you cut out the preseason completely, then why even have a 53-man roster? You might as well just go in with 90 people.
But if they do add an extra game, it means they're just gonna cut the preseason again. Or unless you want the season to go a week longer and the Super Bowl ends February 22nd.
I think if they add a game, I think they need to just go back to the 4 preseason game route and add a game and have an extra week. Because either way, I mean, it's more football and more money and revenue for them. Because look, they don't care about the players that much. They're trying to add another game if they just added one more years ago.
Yeah, they're gonna eventually end up with 20 games, I think.
Yeah, and then once people start breaking all these records, it's not valid because they had extra games. I'm like, they can't control that shit.
We're gonna get the 20 game season, and it's like at that point, to just do the 82, make it like the NBA season. Have teams play 3 times a week. Yeah, everybody in the ICC.
Week 76.
Look, 82 game NFL season, you got fucking Dorio with a DTR starting throwing 5 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in the same game. Motherfucker gonna have retired players coming out to play. You have Jamarcus Russell in the league.
You're gonna have Randy Moss out there. 7 catches, 197 yards.
Bro gonna have overweight Eddie Lacy at running back.
Cedric Tillman gets 215 yards.
But Jalen Miro gonna be hurt in 4 weeks. He's gonna retire at 25.
Shit. Tua gonna have 10 more concussions talking about I can still play and got the helmet on wrong. Bro, not even gonna have the right helmet on. He gonna have one of them old school pigskin helmets.
But the NFL clearly don't care about the players. You're talking about 18 games. You might as well say you want to do 20 at this point because it's so obvious they want to do it.
I mean, to be fair, most of these sports don't ever really care about the players, but like at least when you look at the NBA, they do care to a degree. NFL, it's like, nope, get out there with that CTE. That's like, I don't be believing all the medical staffs, especially when it's for guys that are like multi-time concussion players like Denzel Ward, Tua. Was like the most notable ones I can think of.
Chris Olave.
Yeah,
Chris
Olave. Yeah, him. Like those are like the most notable ones. Cause I was like, I think way back, this is a throwback. Lions running back Jahavid Best, he had hella concussions in the league, and that's what kind of phased him out.
And then the international Super Bowl, they clearly just trying to do that to make money. But realistically, people in the USA are not flying out there. Like it's already expensive to fly. You talking about doing a Super Bowl in Wembley Stadium or going all the way to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, and then not to mention they can talk about, we're gonna have an international team. We're gonna have a team in fucking wherever, Germany, whatever. I'm like, bro, no one's gonna want to fly out there for 18 weeks.
Oh, they're trying to have a football team in Australia.
You know how much jet lag that is? A team in Germany, and you waking up at 8 a.m., waking up at 4 a.m. to fly to play a team at 9.
And then not only that, how would that even work from a conference standpoint? Because now you have to add create a whole nother conference.
If you do a team in Canada, it could work because the NBA did it, but you can't put no team in Germany.
Yeah, a team in Canada would work.
The only places that would work is Canada and Puerto Rico. You could put a team in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to think what places don't have a football team that could like do well, state-wise or even.
You could put. Y'all think Iowa big enough for a football team?
Yeah.
You said who? Iowa?
Yeah, I think you could put a team in Iowa.
Uh, but shit, as far as I'm concerned, you could put a football team in damn near any state that don't got shit. I mean, fucking Utah got a basketball team. So, like, think about it. What is there fun to do in Utah besides be Mormon and go to church?
Look at mountains.
Go to a Jazz game.
I said fun, not boredom.
I mean,
I want to watch a bunch of kids lose.
they got Keontae George. He's not that bad.
I mean, he tough. He be carrying them hard though. But I'm just thinking, like, what do you do on a day in Utah? Like, what if you're trying to have a night out with the boys? I can imagine the Utah strip club is not impressive.
Bro, what? That's probably the only strip club in the world they got clothes all the way on.
Well, it'd be all like fucking they'd be like them damn fuck is it? Losing it. They'd be like them pilgrims. They don't show nothing but ankle. They'd be like, you want to see me take my hat? Oh.
They're reverse. Instead of taking them off, they put clothes on. They got 3 layers on.
But nah, Canada would definitely be great for a football team. It will work out so well. Plus, you get a bigger fan base because with basketball they only have the Toronto Raptors, and they're big on hockey out there too. So that would open another door to a different market and much more revenue.
Like Canada would make the most sense because you have it in other sports. But bro, if you put a team in London, bro, who's trying to fly out to Wembley every other week?
Yeah, but still, too, if you for you to have 2 more additional teams, you got to reshuffle the entire conference and reshuffle a bunch of conferences, and then probably add more games.
Yeah, we do.
Because what, it's 32 teams right now, 2 more, that's 34. You got to fix those conferences.
For sure, because why are the Cowboys in the East?
Hey, look, man, I don't understand how these conferences work. I just be seeing them.
The Cowboys not close to the East, and the New Orleans Pelicans, they're in the Western Conference. The West, come on.
Well, that's the thing. They've been saying this for years, but with NBA, they need to just bring Seattle Supersonics back, and then they're gonna put a team like in Vegas or something.
Now they shouldn't bring the Supersonics back because fans complained the city was too dry and they didn't want a team no more. So keep it that way. It rains too much, the city too dry. Okay, keep the Supersonics going. I don't want to see them come back.
Well, you said the fans complained?
The people in Seattle complained because like it was raining and stuff all the time, and that's why they ended up moving to OKC. So you did all that complaining just for you years later to want a team back in Seattle. That's pointless. And then Seattle history is already tied with OKC, so it's like it's no point in bringing Sonics back.
Yeah, but I think if they brought them back, they would just I have in my pocket. I think what they would do if they brought them back, they would probably give all those Supersonics history before OKC to them, and whatever OKC's done as OKC would be a part of their own history.
But that would be weird because isn't Gary Payton and Sean Kemp in the Hall of Fame already?
Yeah.
So that, I'm not a fan of bringing the Supersonics back. But
yeah, it's just a weird situation. Because if they don't do that, they're just gonna do Vegas and some random city or state.
And plus, you can't. Why would you put 2 more teams in the West? It's all. You have the Memphis Grizzlies in the West too. That's definitely not in the Western Conference. Have y'all seen a map?
And they got to see a map, but I already know a lot of these places don't make sense.
Yeah, the Grizzlies, the Timberwolves are not in the West. To split the map in half, the Timberwolves not on the West side. So you got the Timberwolves, Grizzlies, and the Pelicans, who are the furthest team east. Like none of those teams are on the west side of a map. But you can't move all 3 teams. So
I'm convinced when they made this map, they were just drunk and just start like they throw a dart somewhere. Oh, wherever the dart land, that's where they're gonna be at for that conference. Oh, Minnesota, put them in the West.
I got
But it's like
20% battery on my phone. This is not good.
You gotta
You should
lock
probably
in.
start.
You gotta lock in and get you a portable charger too.
True.
Especially nowadays, them batteries be dying fast.
Man, when I hopped on here, my battery was at 89%.
See my
I'll get
point?
you 3. We only been on here an hour.
Yeah.
20.
I got on here with 99%, and I still got way more than you. You gotta close them other apps and turn off your Bluetooth. Bro probably got 20 apps running in the background.
I got like 6 tabs, yeah.
Yeah, that's. But we almost at the end, anyways. I'm finna do athletes of the week, then we can end it. And for the
I ain't
for
gonna
the
fuck with you.
NBA, I went with for the NBA. I went with Steph. I mean, the Warriors had 3 games somehow in a short week. It was probably a lot of things like that. But Steph, he had 25 plus in all 3 games. Had 5 plus rebounds in all 3 games. He got to the free throw line 9 times twice, which is impressive because he never gets calls. Shot 36% from 3 twice. Had 15 total assists, and then, like I said, the Warriors went 2-1 this week. So I gave it to Steph for the NBA.
For me, mine's gonna be a little. This won't be the Super Bowl with the Eagles, but I'm not picking up one particular player. I'm going with their whole defense as a unit, just playing sound, complete football on both sides. Like watching that game, there was always pressure on Mahomes. There was never any like free plays, never any free runs for him or the Hunt or Pacheco. They locked up the receivers for most of the game. I don't really care about garbage time, all that. Just in every facet of football, from start to finish, they were great. Linebackers were flying everywhere. Every time they were in the area, always a tackle. No broken tackles, no yak yards, anything like that given up. Secondary locked down everyone for the most part. And then the icing on the cake that really changed the momentum of the game was Cooper's pick 6. So that's my pick.
You don't got to pick just one person. You can pick one for different.
No, I know. I only like focus on like 2 sports. So yeah. But I mean, if I'm doing basketball too, then I could go Carly. I mean, he been cooking all year, but then back-to-back 40-point games in the same week is impressive. I think he was shooting at like a really high clip. I don't remember his field goal percentage or 3-point percentage, but he was shooting at a high clip with a good efficiency.
All right. Bobby, who you got for the NBA?
Oh, well, for the NBA, yeah, you guys kind of have it. But I don't mind going with Anthony Edwards, who I know their team like 1-2 record-wise, but historically, he averaged like 25 points a game.
Oh, here's your orange.
Sick.
I'm going to go with Anthony Edwards for the NBA.
You said what?
Anthony Edwards.
Okay. Yeah, I got a lot more sports to cover because I watch a lot. For the NFL, I went with Cooper DeJean. His pick 6 pretty much sealed the deal. But our whole defense was great that game. So for hockey, they've been doing. Hey, they All-Star weekend is actually kind of fun. I've been enjoying their All-Star week. It's much better than what the NBA be on.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta cut it short, y'all. I gotta go.
All right.
I'm gonna do this again if y'all want.
All right. But for the NHL, I went with Connor Hellebuck. He had in 2 games, he only allowed 2 goals out of 47 save attempts. Only allowed 2 goals, so that was impressive. For volleyball, along with Natalie Foster for the Orlando Valkyries in 2 games last week. 9 aces, had a 580 efficiency rate, had a 12 kill game, and she had a 20-point game. For golf, I went with Joaquin Neiman. He had a -13 right now, and I can't even pronounce the name where they at right now, but they doing another golf tournament. He's 3 points ahead of everybody right now. For AEW, I went with Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. He ended up beating Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita in a fun tag team match last night. It happened like 10 o'clock. And then still missing. For WWE, I went with Damian Priest. He beat Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman in a qualifier match to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Then for the PBA, went with EJ Tackett. He had a 232.8 average in 23 games. Finished top 5. Finished the first seed in the PBA Pete Weber Missouri Classic, which is going on right now. So I gotta see the highlights of that later. Make it short about it. But that's it for this episode of Weekly Sports Talk with Ed, episode 33. Make sure y'all leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and that's it. Peace.
Peace out.